Hello and welcome to another Dragonstorm Studios video, and today we're working on a series on drawing one-point perspective interior scenes. So here's our basic room that we went over in the last video. You can still see my guidelines where my middle point is, and again the middle point represents where our eye line is. So looking up at the ceiling, looking down at the floor. So we're going to draw objects today. We're going to start with very simple ones. So we're just going to draw a chair, and this chair is going to be very rigid and probably uncomfortable to sit in, but it will show the technique in drawing one-point perspective objects. Because this chair is below the dot there and the line that corresponds to it, the horizon line, we're looking down on this chair. So we're going to draw a part of the chair that we were looking directly at first. So here is where you use it. And here's the chair leg. And it's going to have some thickness to it. And maybe a little bit of padding here and here. Not very much, though. It's not a very comfortable chair. Now here's the key. Wherever we have two lines meet, so this angle right here, this angle right here, where we get basically an L shape, we're going to draw a line toward the vanishing point. And these are going to go on really light, just like we did before. Because if we don't do them very light, A, they're going to be hard to erase, and B, it's going to make our scene really difficult to interpret. It's going to be hard to figure out what's going on if we have too many lines that are dark. If the dark lines are only the lines we're going to keep, like the side of the chair, then we're in much better shape. We can see what we're doing a bit better. I'm also going to try to avoid overlapping those lines, so I've got a space there. Right. So I've got to decide how far back the chair is, how wide the chair is. If I make it too wide, it becomes a bench all of a sudden. So let's end the chair, I don't know, about here. So there's one line segment, which is actually part of the chair. The other leg of the chair would be here. It would only go down as far as this line. So this line, the chair leg, and this other chair leg are parallel. They're the same angle, which makes sense because if the chair wasn't at the same angle with its legs, then you'd be crooked. You would be sitting straight. So we basically create parallel lines. This line, same as this line. And then this line, part of where we're sitting, is going to be parallel to this line. So it's going to come in like so. And then where that line intersects, where the L shape here is, we're going to have the other end of the chair. But this one here is vertical. And then we're going to darken this line here. That's part of our chair. Part of our chair, and we just be able to make out the back leg here. Okay, and there's our chair. If I was to get rid of the lines that we don't need anymore, you'd be able to see that a little more clearly as well. And as you get better with this technique, you might not actually have to have all the lines go all the way to the end there. You'll start getting used to the idea of only drawing them a certain length, which is the length of the actual chair itself. So from here, well, let's say from here to here, that little line segment there. And it just saves you the trouble of erasing all those lines afterwards. You can still kind of see them, but that's okay for our purposes here. And thus we have a chair. Ooh, I need to erase this one here too. Right, and we can get more complicated. We can do couches, we can do all sorts of other objects, but that gets us started with the idea of making three-dimensional shapes. So in a future video, I'm going to be going over some more detailed, more advanced types of furniture, because once you get a curve, that creates all sorts of other different and interesting problems. But that gives you a sense on how to create a three-dimensional object in space. Thanks for watching, and have yourselves a fantastic day.